Over the course of 1,000 years, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth gave birth to a gem called the Chaos Pearl. By feeding off the sun and moon, its power grew at an unstoppable rate. The divine and demonic life forces it absorbed fused together, making it unstoppable. So the Supreme Lord of Heaven sends his two disciples, Taiyi Zhenren and Shen Gongbao, to put a stop to chaos. Both disciples fail to do the given task, so the Supreme Lord takes control. He divides the pearl into two parts, the Spirit Pearl and the Demon Orb. He puts a heaven's curse on the Demon Orb that will destroy it in 3 years. Till then, Taiyi will look after the pearls. Meanwhile, the Spirit Pearl will reincarnate as the third son of the Lord Lijing, and when he is born, he will be called Nezha. When the time comes, Taiyi gets down from the heavens to meet Lijing and welcome his son. Meanwhile, Shen Gongbao has sneaked into the kingdom too. He's jealous of Taiyi getting chosen by the Supreme Master instead of him. He's already planning to take his revenge. He uses his magic to mind control some of the kingdom workers. With their help, he sends poisonous wine to Taiyi. He drinks it immediately and passes out. Afterward, the worker tries to steal the lotus containing the pearls, but the protection spell is too strong. Suddenly, Lijing comes over to get Taiyi. To wake him up, Lijing hits him mercilessly. Being immortal, Taiyi recovers completely and proceeds to open the lotus. He has forgotten the password, but luckily the lotus can open with handprint too. Otherwise, Lijing's wife Lady Yin had to stay pregnant for another 10 years. Another worker under Shen's control steals the pearls and puts the demon orb on the reincarnation slab in place of the Spirit Pearl. Lijing tries to stop the disaster, but it's too late. Instead of the peaceful hero spirit, Lady Yin has given birth to a demon. The newborn appears to be a ball of fire that's going to destroy everything in sight. The villagers start running away in fear, but luckily Taiyi takes the matter in his hand. He uses heaven's magic to put a special hook around Nezha's neck. It weakens him a little, and Taiyi proceeds to kill him, but Lijing gets in the way. Even if it's a demon, it's Lijing's child. He's just unfortunate to get accidentally cursed. The village leader comes forward and reminds everyone that they have been fighting demons for years. How can they let one live between them? Lijing apologizes to everyone and promises to take care of Nezha's education outside the village. He is willing to face the punishment if his son causes any trouble in the future. Sadly, it's useless too. According to the curse given to the demon orb, Nezha will be killed by a lightning bolt right after 3 years. Lijing is still not ready to give up on his son and wants to meet the Supreme Lord by himself. Meanwhile, Shen takes the Spirit Pearl to the Dragon Palace. The Dragon King was banished from the heavens, so he wanted to take revenge too. He infuses the Spirit Pearl with his egg to give birth to his son, Ao Bing. He will be unstoppable and will rule over the world like gods. The Dragon King makes Shen in charge of training Ao Bing. Taiyi takes Lijing to the heavens, but unfortunately, the Supreme Lord is not available right now. Moreover, the guardian Chang Shengyun tells him that it's useless to meet the Supreme Lord as the curse is not removable. 1 day in heaven is equivalent to 1 year on earth. Nezha has grown up, but he has friends to play with. All the time, he has to live in the palace protected by a special barrier made by Taiyi. Lady Yin has to take care of kingdom affairs in the absence of her husband and never finds enough time for Nezha. She finally got a moment and called Nezha to play with her. Surprisingly, the little kid has the strength of 100 men without even realizing. Lady Yin needs armor and 2 guards to have a playful fight with Nezha. Unfortunately, she has to stop in between and get back to work. She instructs the barrier guardians to be vigilant and not let Nezha escape. However, the little kid is clever as well. He triggers a fight between the 2 guardians, and while they are busy, Nezha sneaks out. He plays hide and seek with the villagers because they all hide as soon as they see him. A bunch of kids are planning to fight Nezha. One of them lays down a whole trap to punish Nezha and asks his friends if it's too mean. But the other boys make the trap more painful without realizing that it's Nezha, who disguised as one of their friends. He makes the boys taste their own dirty trap. Afterward, Nezha decides to walk back home, but a kid calls him a demon from behind. Hearing this word, Nezha's blood starts boiling, and he is about to smash the kids with a huge stone. Luckily, Taiyi and his parents reach there in time, and Lijing locks up his son. Lady Yin accepts that getting called a demon is Nezha's fate. He has only 2 years left. Why not just take him far away in the mountains and let him spend his last days happily with his parents? Lijing is against this idea. He can't let his son live a purposeless life. Taiyi takes the responsibility of making Nezha presentable in front of the public. He will train him to become a demon-fighting warrior of justice. If he's going to die soon, Lijing wants his son to die like a hero. Meanwhile, Nezha distracts the guards again to escape the palace, but he finds a magical scroll nearby that takes him into another world. This is where Taiyi will train him. He shows him how to change the form of things. He can make a boat out of the tree and make the ground flow like water waves. This is called the immortal magic of Kunlun. Nezha wants to learn the high-level magic, but Taiyi insists on learning the basics. It took him months to master the form-changing magic. Nezha refuses to follow orders and decides to learn by himself. Taiyi goes to take a nap, and when he wakes up, he finds Lady Yin. She comes to check on Nezha, but notices him drowning in the river. The next moment it turns into a poisonous frog that causes an allergic reaction to Taiyi. It was Nezha who took the shape of Lady Yin to prank Taiyi. What he learned in months, Nezha learned in less than a day. Seeing his capability, Taiyi agrees to teach him fire-controlling magic, but Nezha must help him in getting the antidote from his treasure pants. Instead of the antidote, Nezha pulls out the fire-tipped spear and starts playing with the deadly weapon. His parents reach there and stop Nezha. They explain that this place isn't a prison, but a training space. They want Nezha to become a true warrior so the society can accept him. Nezha believes it will never happen. Everybody has hated him and called him a demon since he was a little kid. That's what made him so rude and frustrated. If they think Nezha is a demon, then they will see what a real demon is. Hearing his negative desires, Li Jing lies that he has the Spirit Pearl and destined to become the world's savior. But he must learn to control his powers. They can't tell this secret to the public, so Nezha has to prove it. Once he shows how much he cares for others, he will get care and love in return as well. Nezha agrees, and for the next 2 years he trains really hard. The only thing he can't learn is controlling his powers. He put more force than needed and destroy the surrounding of the demons as well. Taiyi takes away Nezha's weapons till he learns self-control, but Nezha has already mastered the immortal magic. He uses it to escape the training ground and proceeds to fight the real demons. He finds a water demon, but in order to catch him, he destroys several village houses. The water demon captures a little girl to blackmail Nezha. Before the kid can save her, another hero rises from the sea and saves the little girl. It's Ao Bing. He's way too calm and self-controlled than Nezha. He's the perfect image of a hero. Nezha gives the little girl back to the demon so he can save her by himself. He starts fighting with Ao Bing to make him run away, but Ao Bing is as powerful as Nezha. The demon enjoys the show and surrounds the two heroes with magical bubbles. On touching them, one can change into stone. In order to save the little girl, Ao Bing turns into a stone statue. But Nezha defends himself from the bubbles by using Ao Bing as a weapon. The demon gives up and hands over the antidote. Nezha uses it to bring back the little girl and Ao Bing. The little girl thanks Nezha for saving her life, and Nezha feels amazing hearing this. Ao Bing also thanks Nezha and plays with him for hours at the seashore. Nezha finally found someone worthy and powerful enough to be his friend. Nezha starts crying because it's the first time someone offered to be his friend. Ao Bing understands his feelings as he never had a friend himself. He gives him a seashell to Nezha, which he can use to call Ao Bing anytime he wants to play. As Ao Bing sees the people coming, he disappears. Nezha tells them he saved the girl from the girl, but no one believes him and calls him a demon again. He loses control and starts beating up the villagers. Taiyi and his parents reach there and stop Nezha. Meanwhile, Ao Bing returns to the Dragon Palace and tells his father and master that he met Nezha. They tell him that Nezha is not a friend, but his ultimate enemy. The Lords of Heaven use dragons to seal off the demons underground. They have been living as prisoners for years, and everyone hates them. Once Ao Bing defeats Nezha, his identity as a dragon will be hidden, and Shen Gongbao will convince the Supreme Lord to make Ao Bing a god. Afterward, he will be able to save his family of dragons. On the other hand, after the unsuccessful attempt of being a hero, Nezha locks himself and stops eating for days. To cheer him up, Lady Yin has arranged a birthday party and called all the villagers. Nezha believes the villagers will only come to celebrate his funeral. Li Jing lies again and tells Nezha that he has cleared the misunderstanding and not everyone knows he knocked off a demon. Nezha gets really excited and rushes to the seashore. He calls Ao Bing and gives him a handmade birthday party invitation. Ao Bing's heart melts and he starts reconsidering his decision. However, the dragons pressure him again to complete the mission of saving his family. They give him their hardest shell to use as a protective armor. Meanwhile, Li Jing uses his ruler rights to force all the villagers to attend the party. Nezha was excitedly getting ready when Shen Gongbao came to meet him. He tells him the whole truth and reveals that Nezha actually has the demon orb inside him. He feels deceived and marches to the party in anger. Taiyi gives him 2 weapons and his personal ride as a birthday gift. His father ties a protective pouch around his waist and apologizes for always being so hard on him. Nezha gives a deadly look and asks why they always lied to him. They just wanted to play with his feelings and keep him locked up until he dies. He chants the magical words and removes the hoop from his neck. His power gets out of control and he will destroy the whole village any minute. Shen is enjoying the view from afar with Ao Bing. Soon Nezha kills his parents and Taiyi and gets struck by the lightning bolt himself. Afterward, Wen will present Ao Bing as the actual bearer of the Spirit Pearl and convince the Supreme Lord to make him the god. Shen will get his revenge too. He was always looked down upon because he was born as a low-level spirit. Ao Bing wants to pay back Nezha's favor. If he can't save him, at least he can save his parents. He covers his face and jumps on the battlefield. He gives the hoop to Taiyi, who puts it back around Nezha's neck. He's under control now, but as soon as open his eyes, he runs away in frustration. Li Jing wants to thank Ao Bing for his help, but accidentally reveals his identity as a dragon. Everyone starts accusing him as a criminal and a thief of the Spirit Pearl. Aobing finally understands what Shen Gongbao meant. People will consider them criminals till they are alive. Now they must kill the whole village to bury the truth. Aobing pulls the water from the seas and constructs a huge ice slab over the village. He's going to bury everyone under it. Meanwhile, Nezha is taking out his anger on the forest trees. Taiyi's pig, who accompanied him, suddenly shows Nezha a past moment. When Li Jing and Taiyi met the Heaven's Guardian, he gave a cure to the curse. Nezha could be saved if a relative sacrifices himself in his place. Li Jing decided to sacrifice himself for his son and use his last 2 years of life to fix his son's reputation so he can lead a respectable life. The protection pouch he gave Nezha was actually the sacrificial spell. Nezha starts crying and heads back to save his family. He teams up with Taiyi to fight Aobing and Shen. They accidentally teleport to the virtual training ground. Taiyi's magical brush slips away and everyone starts fighting over it. They end up getting caught in an ice ball, but Nezha succeeds in grabbing the brush with his foot and getting back to the real world. Aobing takes his full form as the dragon and starts to press down the ice slab over the village. To stop him, Nezha takes off his neck hoop and uses his full strength to try destroying the slab. Aobing tells him to accept his fate as a villain, but Nezha says no one has the right to tell you who you are supposed to be. You write your fate by yourself. Saying this, he destroys the ice slab and saves the village. However, he spares Aobing's life as he's Nezha's only friend. He tells Aobing to leave as it's Nezha's time to die. The thunderclouds have appeared already. Nezha ties up his parents and destroys the sacrificial spell. He thanks his parents for giving him so much love, but now it's time for goodbye. Nezha is pulled up by the lightning bolt, but he suddenly notices Aobing beside him. He uses his dragon armor to save Nezha, but it's not enough. Aobing still doesn't want to leave. He prefers to die with his only friend. As soon as Nezha and Aobing hold hands, the Chaos Pearl unites again and fights against the curse. Taiyi grabs his lotus shield and rushes toward the kids. He uses the lotus to save Nezha's and Aobing's souls that can be reincarnated again. All the villagers step forward and bow to Nezha as an apology for not recognizing their savior. Some people still believe they can't change their fate, but Nezha proved the opposite. No one is born a villain or a hero. Sometimes society forces him to be what they want. However, with true determination and persistence, one can change his fate.